guys, I'm Marcus from Redline Motorsport, and today's episode of our Hot Lap series is about Nürburgring GP. I'll start as always with a setup, but this time is a bit more complicated than Monza. The Nürburgring is a very technical racetrack with 3 hairpins and 2 chicanes, so having a good setup here is a priority. Mine is based on my personal driving style, so once you get enough confidence with the simulator, feel free to modify it or develop your own. So let's get to the point. The Audi R8 I've chosen is very understeery on this particular track, so you'll need the front toe to be as wide as possible to have a more reactive front end. Same goes for high value for rebound settings and negative camber. Having a bit of rake is good too, so be sure there's at least half an inch of difference between front and rear ride height. Front suspensions should not be too stiff to avoid understeer again, but we want a balanced and very responsive car, so we'll have to adjust the rear end to avoid spins. A good amount of toe-in, low bump settings, high downforce and low ARB to maximize grip and stability under heavy braking and in fast corners. A high value for rear suspension rebound helps turning the car in slow corners. That's it for the setup, so let's go to the hot lap. Okay guys, here we're about to begin our hot lap. We're on the main straight, but first tip is to avoid getting into 6th gear to lose no time, and because the straight is not long enough for 6th gear. Brake at 100 meter mark for the first hairpin down to 1st gear when almost touching the apex. Avoid closing the line too much. Follow the rubber tarmac as a driving line, close to the curb on the 2nd corner, and then widen your driving line before getting into the Mercedes Arena hairpin, 2nd gear. This is a pretty tricky corner. Touching the curb again on the exit of turn 4, and also don't be afraid to use the green rubber pad on the exit. The next corner, the turn 5, is a downhill, slightly banked left-hander, so we can get in quite fast in 3rd gear. Brake also after cones. Next corner into 2nd, not too close to the curb, and then again use the green pad on the exit to maximize speed. Turn 7 is a slow hairpin, we can do in 2nd gear, brake when the grey curve begins, and again use the green pad on the exit, close to the apex. The next corner is the Schumacher S and can be done flat out in 4th gear, but if you don't feel too much confident or brave, just slightly release the throttle on the apex. Brake at 100 meter mark when the green pad begins, and get into the corner in 3rd gear, but don't be so impatient. Stay in 3rd gear for the Warsteiner curve. Avoid getting your tires into the gravel on the exit. Next corner is a pretty fast one. You can do it completely flat out in 5th gear. It's the Advan Bogen. And then brake at 100 meter mark down into 2nd gear for the NGK chicane. You can also go onto the yellow curbs, but don't overdo it or you'll spin on the exit. Brake at the white line on the tarmac and downshift into 2nd and keep as close as possible to the guardrail. That was the Nürburgring hot lap. Also, I want to say a big thank you to Redline Motorsport for sponsoring the video. If you're interested in other track guides, online championships, or just some clean online racing in Assetto Corsa, Raceroom Nurbrurgring cars too, don't forget to check out our website redlinemotorsport.co.uk. Link is in the description below. Also, remember always to have fun, enjoy racing and drive clean. Cheers!